I am back with yet another breakdown video. It's crazy how many breakdown videos I've been coming along with lately. The playlist is just getting so extensive by the day. And I was thinking about possibly leaving this one alone, but I remember two things happened that made me want to talk about this. One, the video that I recently did with the breakdown video about the pull up at Power 106 in LA, someone had mentioned a name called Swifty Blue. And I didn't have any idea who this person was. And then all of a sudden I get onto Twitter and I see this pop up and I saw the name Swifty Blue attached to it. And Swifty Blue is this guy right here. I'm thinking, first of all, I'm like, I didn't know anyone named Swifty Blue. Who knew that this person was? Apparently this guy is a rapper out of LA and he's a Mexican rapper out of Los Angeles. The other thing that made me think about this was I was scrolling through my timeline and on the Twitter Spaces, it literally was a Twitter space called Hispanics are called white until further notice. And I thought that was very interesting. And when you hear what this guy says, think back to what I just said about the title of that particular Twitter space. So as you can see, this video is 4 minutes and 15 seconds long. So I'm going to stop and go with this one because it's too long for me to run all the way through and then just have to do a stop and go all the way through on back and really pay attention to what he says. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to read the caption that goes along with this because I don't want to spoil anything for you of what this guy says. But hopefully after watching this video and listening to what he says, we can put this black and brown thing to bed once and for all.
And the way they got at each other, obviously he's going to answer a certain way. Yeah. If it was me on the phone with Wack, I'm not going to ask him, would you sign the Southside? I don't give a fuck if you want to sign one. We don't want to sign to no blacks.
Right.
Southsiders do want, I don't even want to speak on that, but we don't want to sign to no blacks.
Now listen to that. He says Southside doesn't want to sign to no blacks. So he wants to stick to his own. He wants to sign to a label that is pretty much ran by Mexicans, so that's probably going to be mainly independent labels because most of the major record labels are owned by white men who would fall into the quote unquote Jewish category. If we're being completely honest here, I mean, how many major record labels do you know of that are owned by Mexicans? I can't even name one. I'm not saying that there aren't any out there, but they are few and very, 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 very far in between. So you already got a little bit taste of his mindset in the first 14 seconds. We got 4 minutes. We got, over 4 minutes still left to go with what he has to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that because of the prison shit? It's not a racist thing? Help me understand, because when you say that out loud, it sounds crazy.
Now, listen to this right here. Now, this is the guy right here who runs the podcast. It's called the Bootleg Kev Podcast. And ironically, it's a white guy running the podcast. And I typed his name into Google to see who he was. And he basically talks about like hip hop and stuff. It kind of reminds me of an American version of the Russian. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about or who I'm talking about, you know what I mean. I mean, if you connect the dots together, it's pretty obvious. But listen to what he just said. He tried to give this guy an out. Let me go back just a little bit.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that because of the prison shit? It's not a racist thing?
He said, is it because of the prison shit or it's not just a racist thing? Hold on to what he just said, especially that part when he said, is it a prison thing? Because there was always this thing where they say in prison, a lot of the Mexicans, if they don't click up with other Mexicans that are in there, they will click up with some of the white people that's in there in the gangs that they have and all the different type of organizations that white people or white prisoners have within prison. And who do you think their targets are? Who do you think they're going against?
Help me understand, because when you say that out loud, it sounds crazy.
It's because like this. It's like this.
Well, first off, I'm glad he is saying this out loud. The only good thing that's coming from this video that you're watching is the fact that this guy's actually saying the quiet part, quote unquote, out loud. Because many claim that there's so much division, there's so much divide. Keep in mind the Taurean rage video I just did. And look at this one. I bet you the one who made that video is not going to call this out. But they'll claim that black people or FBA are so divisive that we are a hate group, we're a cult group, we're this and we're that. Yet you have this guy right here who's basically laying it out all on the table.
It's like, I go to jail, I rock with my race.
Mm-hmm.
I eat with my race. I do things with my race. So it's like I'm here. I conduct business. I do things with my race. You know, like I'm.
And you know what? Listen. Many black people, including myself, have no problem with that because honestly, that's how black people should be. A lot of times we love to go and do things with other people, and they don't have our best interests at heart. But I think slowly but surely, I think a lot of black people are starting to get it. Not many, but a handful.
We integrate and whatnot, but why would I have somebody in charge of my music career if I'm already programmed a certain way? I'm already institutionalized a certain way. Why would I? You get what I'm saying? That's just my mindset. So I'm like,
he's institutionalized. Interesting choice of words. Let me go back and so you can hear that again.
Why would I have somebody in charge of my music career if I'm already programmed a certain way? I'm already institutionalized a certain way. Why?
Programmed a certain way, institutionalized a certain way. So this was his mindset already going in.
Why would I? You get what I'm saying? That's just my mindset. So I'm like, nah, we wouldn't do that. And most of the homies would think the same way as me. They're gonna agree with what I say.
So
like,
you wouldn't sign with somebody if they were unaffiliated. Like, let's say Diddy wanted to sign you to Bad Boy.
Me personally, I'm not trying to sign. Me personally, I'm not trying.
So he said, you're not trying to sign anyone who's unaffiliated. We know what they mean when they said that. And then he threw Diddy's name out there. This guy's sticking to his guns and saying that he personally would not sign to Diddy, over at Bad Boy.
Trying to sign. I'll get somebody else signed and we do some business.
Let's say Kodak Black wanted to make you Sniper Game.
We're gonna get a little Suede on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with them. It's all love. I'm not gonna sign, but
so
we're
are you saying
Suede.
that you wouldn't sign strictly because of their race?
Because I'm not gonna have it, and it's like this. We're gonna negotiate the terms. We're gonna make sure that
it was a yes or no question. The guy asked him, the host of the podcast asked him, so you wouldn't sign to them strictly because of their race, and now he's going all over the place in this diatribe. It was a yes or no question. Really, honestly, his answer should have just been yes, because he basically said before this that he would not sign to anybody who was black. All he had to say was yes. At this point, if he said no, he would have looked like a hypocrite. He would have contradicted himself. They would have been like, wait, hold on. Just a couple minutes ago, you said you wouldn't sign anybody who's black, but now you're saying the opposite. But he did not. It was a simple yes or no question. And the thing is, I don't like when people do that. When you start to do the whole dance around the thing, it's a yes or no question. You just do what he's doing right now. You basically answer the question for me, but we would rather you just get to the answer quicker. Yes or no.
It's like we have. It's like 50-50 control type shit. We're not gonna give somebody else, let alone another race, full control.
So you heard that. He said we're not going to give another race full control of what it is. This is his mindset. Like I said, the only thing I don't have a problem with so far with what he's saying is the fact that he's saying the silent part out loud. Many people like to dance around and try to say is this and that, and it's almost like you got to beat it out of him, but he's actually saying out loud what he want, how he feels. He says we're not going to give full control to another race over their career.
Okay,
that's what it comes down to.
But
you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not no disrespect, but it's just more like
it just sounds crazy out loud.
It does sound crazy.
It sounds.
Notice he said it sounds crazy out loud, which means it's something that's been internally held in. Like I said, he's saying the quiet part out loud.
A little racist.
But you know what?
It sounds a lot of racist.
No, you know what? I'm just being honest. I'm being real. Like, I'd rather go sign with like, even though you you might hear crazy shit, but I'd rather go sign with like a corrido label or something. Like I'm gonna keep it to the roots. You get what I'm saying? Like, if they wasn't fucking with us back then, why they fucking with us now? Because now we breaking in, we doing shit. Now they gonna.
Ooh, interesting choice of words. Let me run that back, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't listen to this entire thing, so what he just said caught me caught me off guard. Hold on, let me run that back.
Might hear crazy shit, but I'd rather go sign with like a corrido label or something, you know, like I'm gonna keep it to the roots. You get what I'm saying? Like if they wasn't fucking with us back then, why they fucking with us now? Because now we breaking in, we doing.
He said if they wasn't fucking with us back then, why they fucking with us now? And we're breaking in. He didn't say insert. They didn't say grandfathered in. He said breaking in. When you hear that term breaking in, you're thinking of somebody coming in to rob you. And we know what he mean when he said breaking into our culture. Now, here's the thing. He says he wouldn't sign with people of another race. And keep in mind, he is a rapper. Never heard any of his music. But we know who started hip hop. You know, the rap hip hop genre of music. We know where it comes from. Hell, he knows where it comes from, even though they be trying to. I'm not going to get into all of that. But you would not sign to a label that's ran by a black person who is in that genre. But you will come and quote unquote break in to that genre and do the music of the outsider, the same outsider who you say you wouldn't sign with. Now, here's the thing. He says he wouldn't sign with a record label outside of his race, but keep in mind who owns most of these record labels. So my question to him is, if he was to sign with a major record label to like really, really put himself out there, who, if he's not signing with someone who is black, who owns a major record label, who is he signing with? Because I have no clue who he mentioned. I have no clue who that is. I guess that's a Mexican individual. Never heard of him. But they don't sound like a major record label anyway, or maybe they're just a record label that, of course, just caters to Mexican music or Spanish singing or rap or whatever the case may be. Like, if you really, really think about what he's saying, he's really telling on himself in more ways than one.
Doing shit. Now they gonna want to sign us. Yeah, of course. Fuck all that. Nah, we're gonna do what we know best.
My thing is this. I've never heard of this guy before, but you hear the arrogance in his tone. He make it seem like people are beating down his door to come and sign with him. But my thing is this. Aren't you trying to like kind of blow up? Like, something tells me that even though I'm glad he's saying what he's saying, because like I said, sound part out loud, some of it sounds very disingenuous to me. But that's just me.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. And I'm from LA. I'm from out here from the street.
Hypothetically, Kanye West wants to sign you to good music. It's a no.
Well, I'm gonna be like, look, we got Suede and Peso. Like, check it out. Them little fools doing more numbers than me. Kanye, fuck me. We got them on the
Nah, he wants you.
I'll be like, nah, man.
So it's a no.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
So, do you work with black artists?
Yeah, I do, but
he asks him, do you work with black artists? He does. He works with black artists. He wants to be featured with black artists. He'll probably even work with a black artist that's even bigger than him, which adds on another thing. You'll work with a black artist that might be bigger than you to put yourself out there even more. So like I said, this guy's, he's literally like, let's be real here. This guy, what's his name? Swifty Blue is an extreme culture vulture. I mean, you can tell from everything, from his vernacular, the chains, the grills, all of that. I wouldn't say, go as far as to say, the tattoos or whatever, because that's pretty universal, but everything else, even down to the genre of music that he likes or the genre of music that he's in, he literally is the caricature of a black person or a black rapper. But he doesn't want to sign to anyone who is not Mexican. But he has just said right here that he has worked with, or he would work with, black artists, or has worked with them. Now, I know I cut it off right before he got to the butt. So I'm going to see what BS is about to come after that. Because y'all know what I say about the butt.
It's different though. Like, most of the time, we don't have no. It's not like we signing anybody. We don't have no full commitment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could work. We could network. We could do business.
You've done records with black artists?
Yeah, man. We got hell yeah.
So I just want to make.
I'm trying to make you sound less racist than how you're sounding.
See, even this guy right here who owns who's doing the podcast, he's literally trying to pull this guy back from the ledge, but I don't know why he's already leaped. He is off the ledge right now. He is in the water.
No, man, it's just.
It sounds bad what you're saying. So listen, when you're in prison, you said, look, I'm institutionalized. This is what it is. Obviously, you've done a lot of time, right? I've done enough time to make up my mind. You've done enough time
to make up my mind.
to when you're incarcerated in California, the Mexicans are with the Mexicans, black people are in Southern California, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little different. So black people are locked up with, usually do they politic with?
It's like this, look.
Is it the others?
It's the
because there's the others.
Yeah, they got the others, the brothers,
which are like Asian
and the Southsiders. Yeah, exactly.
Like Indian, whatever.
And then the
whites and the Mexicans link up.
The Woods, the Southsiders. They run with the Southsiders.
So while you're in prison, you're running with the Woods, the Peckerwoods.
Yeah, we run together.
There it is. There it is. He said that in prison, or at least when he was in prison, the Mexicans that he was with would hang with the Woods, and this guy who owns the podcast said it, and he responded, yes. So that right there pretty much answers a boatload of questions of who they side with, and this should not surprise anybody. Except for those who still believe that there is a black and brown coalition that's supposed to be happening. I mean, how many more examples do you need? It's pretty blatantly obvious at this point. Let me run it back just in case y'all missed it.
There's the brothers.
Which are like Asian.
And the Southsiders. Yeah, exactly.
Like Indian, whatever.
And then
the whites and the Mexicans link up.
The Woods, the Southsiders. They run with the Southsiders.
So while you're in prison, you're running with the Woods, the Peckerwoods.
There it is. And notice that him mentioned other groups as well. He threw Asians in there as well. So it's literally the Mexicans, the Asians, and the PCs click up against those who look like you and I. And that's when they are institutionalized. But to be quite honest, even outside of being institutionalized, that happens in the outside world as well. So I ask again, who would he sign to? He basically said he wouldn't sign to a black label. And the fact that he just said that he would click up with the Woods lets me know if a major label that was owned by a white man came across his way, he might actually sign to them.
Yeah, we run together. The Woods run to shit crack off. Like, you know what I'm saying? They stick together.
Okay, so when you're in jail, you're allianced with the white guys, right? That's like your okay.
There it is. He said he asked them when you're in jail, you're alliance with the white guys, and he said, yeah.
So you're saying some of that is,
but that has not.
But I just want to make sure none of that crazy racist shit is rubbed off on you.
I'm just not going. He like you with the white guys. Yeah, that's how we are.
So now it kind of cuts off at the end, but I know what he's trying to do. He's going to try to clean it up and say, I probably basically say that doesn't mean I'm going to go and sign to a white label, but you'll just click up with the white guys in the prison to go against, well, who else is left there? And that would be the black guys, because you didn't click up with the black guys. You clicked up with everyone else to go against them. So that's pretty much the end of the video. I feel like it's all been left on the table. Like I said, the only thing I will give him is that he pretty much said the quiet part out loud. I know that I said that quite a bit in this video, but that's what it is. He said the silent part out loud. And that's how many of them think. They just won't say it. Now, when you think about the Taurean Rage video I just did, and you look at this, which one do you think holds the most weight? I'm just saying. Like when you think about the that last little piece of the video in the Taurean Rage video that I did, where they said, oh, the guy, the Mexican guy or the Latino guy, the Hispanic guy, whatever he wants to identify himself as, talking about black and brown unity. Does this, what you heard in this video, does that sound like black and brown unity to you? Because if it is, then apparently I have lost my hearing. I have lost my sense of hearing if that's the case. Now, like I said, this guy doesn't want to be signed to any, black people or black labels or whatever, but he'll work with, black artists. He will break in, his words, into a genre black people created. He will go around and speaking the vernacular that mainly black people speak. He will dress and appear how, I wouldn't say every black person, but let's be real here. When you look at the attire, that's definitely always been associated with black people. Well, more so the early 2000s more than anything. The grills, all of that. And it's crazy because a lot of the things that he's doing right now has, one, already been done, and two, black people got scrutinized for it. But when everyone else does it, it's like a trend. But yeah, this guy is a straight up and down and all the way around and in between, inside and out, culture vulture. Flat out. I mean, there's really no other way to really put this. Like I said, I'm just glad he kept it real. That's all we like. That's what we like. We like them when they're overt and when they're honest and they're not trying to hide. And we have to try to figure it out. But I'm going to go ahead and end the video on that note. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like and share this content on your social media platforms. If you are new, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I upload a new video or go live, and also have your mobile devices notifications turned on as well. All the links will be down in the description, and I'll talk to you in the next one.